Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you all to Shito's Mathematics Coaching Program. Before the commencement of today's lecture, I urge every one of you to kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel. Click on the subscribe button, hit on the bell to get the notifications anytime I drop new videos. So now today we are going to look at Surds rationalization and conjugates of binomial sorts. So before we can solve the problem we have on the board, so I would like to enlighten us on what it really means by Surds rationalization and what and conjugates of binomial sort. So now Surds rationalization. So what is Surds rationalization? It's just the process of removing irrational numbers from the denominator. That is that. So you'll be given your paper in the form of division like this. Are you getting it? So now the process of removing the irrational irrational number that is source from the denominator of the fraction is what is just called what is called Surds rationalization. So at the same time, if you have something like this is what Surds rationalization. Let's say we have a over root a plus or minus root b. So now what do you have here? So the way of removing this source, because the denominator comprises of what? It comprises of irrational numbers. You understand that is root a and root b. So now the way of removing this is called what? Is called Surds rationalization. So now what is binomial sort? Binomial sort. Binomial sort. Binomial sort is what we have at the denominator here, that is root a plus root b. That is, you can see that it consists of how many terms? 2 terms. That's why they say bi. The bi means what? The bi means 2. So now binomial, that is 2 terms. You understand? So now, so if you now want to do the rationalization of the sort, so this will automatically be, you will find the conjugate of this. The conjugate of this is just that you remove. Understand? It's just by removing the sign. Like let's say we have this. So the conjugate of this will be root a minus what? Root b. Understand? So if it is minus root a minus root b, the conjugate of this one will be root a plus what? Root b. So that is what this is called binomial and what? And its conjugates. I get what I'm saying now. So this is binomial and what? And its conjugates. So now if you now have this kind of problem like this, so if you want to rationalize this, so you multiply the both numerator and denominator by what? By the conjugates of what? Of this denominator. That is, the conjugate of this one will be root a minus root b over root a minus root b. So by doing that, you see that you are going to have what? You are going to have your exact value that you are looking for. So now the idea we are going to be using while solving the problem you have on the board. So now the next thing is, what if you have a single sort to be the to be the denominator? Let's say you have something like a root b. You can see that at the denominator we have what? We have just a single sort. So now this is done by multiplying both numerator by what? By root b. Understand? Automatically you see that doing this problem, you have what? You have a root b over this root b times root b. We have what? We have b. You can see that the result we have, so there's nothing like sort again. It has been what? It has been removed. So now we are going to be using the idea we have in solving the problem we have on the board here. So now let's start the problem solution. So now let's say we have this from equation 1, from 1 here. So we have 2 over 5 root 3. So this one is very simple. Why? Because here you only have single source to be at the denominator. So how do you do that? You just multiply this by what? By the single source over what? Root 3. Are you getting this? So therefore your result will be 2 multiplied by this 2 root 3 over 5 root what? Root 3 all square. This will give us what? Root 3 over 5 times what? 5 times 3, because root 3 squared give us what? Give us 3. So now we have our final answer to be root 3 over 15. So that is what? That is the first what's it called? The first answer for this first problem. So now we look at the second one here. You can see that at the denominator we have what we call binomial, binomial sort, because root 3 and root 2. So now how are you going to do that? So we have 2 plus root 3 over root 3 minus what? Root 2. So now how do you solve this one now? So now to solve this one, you are going to multiply the numerator and denominator by the conjugates of this, because this is binomial. So now you take the conjugate of this, changing to what? To positive from what? From negative over root 3 plus what? Root 2. So now the next thing is to try to solve this one further. So now solving this one further, this one we multiply this. So 2 times this one we have 2 root 3. 2 times this we have 2 root 2, because we are using 2 to multiply everything here. Then we pick this one to multiply everything here. So now this times this we have what? We have 3, because root 3 times root 3, okay, let me have it, 3 squared. Then root 3 times this one we have what? We have plus root what? 3 times 2 we have what? We have 6. Divided by this multiplied by this, we have root 3 all squared. Then this times this we have plus root 6, that is 3 times 2. And also this times this we have minus root 6. And this times this we have what? We have minus root what? 4. You understand? So you said minus root 2 squared. So now from there, what are we going to have here? You can see that 2 root 3, 2 root 2, root 3 squared, this. So what are we going to have? We have 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2 plus 3 plus what? Root 6 divided by this one will give us 3. This and this we cancel, that will give us 0. Then we have what? We have minus what? Minus 2, because this we cancel this. We have 2. So now from there you have 2 root 3 plus 2 root 2 plus 3 plus root 6 over what? Over 1. So and anything divided by 1, so it is just same thing. So we have root 3 plus 2 root 2 plus 3 plus root 6. Now if you look at this one very well, the result we have here, you can see that they are not like at all. So we have root 3 here, we have root 2 here, we have root 6. So definitely there's nothing like combination here. So this is how you are going to leave your answer, and that is the final. So from what we just did, if you have any question to ask, kindly hit on the comment box to ask your question, and I'm here to give you the best answer to that. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly do that and share. Do not forget to share to your people. Thanks.